The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Her mama know like me, even her papa know like me. But I'm moving nicely, moonward yo, Balloon Nike.
Welcome to the Naija Bad Babes reunion. I'm your host Ada, and today the ladies are coming together once again under one roof to discuss their experience in the house. So Toki, what was your favorite scene from this season?
Honestly, it's bad to say, but my favorite scene was when I was talking about Sissy when I had to dismiss her. Like, I think that was so sad, but at the same time, like, I didn't expect her to react like that, so I felt really bad. Like, after that, I felt like everything was just over. Although that was just the first, almost one of the first episodes. Like, so it's just crazy to me. I think that was my best moment of the show, though. And watching the little heated arguments was crazy. What about you?
I would have to say, honestly, my favorite part from the show was when Afrique put her hands on that man. I'm not even gonna lie, because sometimes it just takes a little nudge.
No, yeah, I feel the same way. Afrique's like going off on that man 100%. Like, I'm with her, but I didn't even like the way like Kalechi reacted off that either, because that was just kind of weird to me. Although I am a man, but like overall, I feel like no man should just like get pushed off or get no justice for any type of stuff like that, because like. Kalechi was trying to put up for her, and it was for him, I'm sorry, and like at the end of the day, like what he did was wrong. So that stuff was just kind of weird overall. But yeah, it was a little juicy part. That was a good way to start the show. I was like, ooh, okay.
No, we love it. Yeah. Feminist.
Feminist.
In your personal opinion, Toki, who do you think was the baddest babe in the house? And that's off of strength, off of confidence, off of charisma, character, not just looks. Who do you think?
When you say the baddest babe, like, what do you mean by that? Like, did you elaborate?
Overall.
Like, who do I feel like earned the money, or who do I feel like is the baddest babe? Because like bad mean like look good and everything. Like I need you to like low key.
Like, who scrubbed that towel the hardest to show that they really deserve that 10K?
I personally don't have an answer for you.
Really?
I feel like they all worked hard at the end of the day, because they all had different claws, different stains, and they all had their different methods. So like, I don't know, that's a tight one.
I can't lie, I have some bias. Grace won in my book.
I mean, personally, Grace scrubbed, but I feel like every other girl scrubbed too. But Grace did have some methods and stuff,
really?
But I feel like everybody else had their own method in their own way.
To me, she embodies a Naija bad babe, not Yankee bad babe. Naija bad babe.
I mean, when you put it like that, everybody had their own style, like with different stuff, like how some people use the bucket, how some people put it on the floor, how some people was just putting soap on the stuff. So I think everybody had their own fair chance at the scrubbing, but I just think like it really, at the end of the day, just depended on talent.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still think Grace won.
I mean, that's on you. Sound like you're a little biased.
Join me to welcome to the stage our top 10 finalists of Naija Bad Babes Season 1.
Money get richer, don't die hard trying. Small, sharp, that's how I go. Funny how
hey ladies.
Funny me when you're
I feel like somebody could sit on that blue chair.
Yeah.
I know y'all want to be together though, like. All right, that's cool.
Alrighty. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into the questions, ladies. So this question is posed for everyone, and I would like for you guys to let me know, how has life been since the show was aired? Have there been any improvements? Have there been any backlash? truthfully, honestly speaking, how has life been? Grace, you can go ahead and start first.
Life has been good. Just working, school, being better.
That's good. That's good.
Being better is crazy.
What do you mean? Why is it crazy? You have to be a better person.
100%. No, I do.
Exactly.
Why'd you choose after the show?
For the show. It wasn't for the show.
I said, why'd you choose after the show?
But I was still being a good person on the show.
I believe you. I'm just asking.
You have to improve.
Choose peace always.
Always.
Yeah.
And what about you, Afri?
It's been kind of funny because like when I go DJ and I'm at the club, like, oh my god, bad babes, such a bad. I'm like, this
Period.
is fucking awkward. So yeah, but I've just been doing my thing. You know.
Okay. And what about you?
Life has been great. I mean, business has been good. It's always been good, but business does get better and better each day. So,
I love to hear that.
I mean, me and my sister were great.
I love to hear that. What about you, Danny?
Life has been actually amazing. Ever since the show, my modeling career kind of picked up. So
Thank God for that.
yeah, thank God, for real. But yeah, it's just been like on a roll, just job after job, shoot after shoot. I'm still not signed, so I'm like in the process of like working on that. But yeah, it's been great.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. And what about you, Kelechi?
Life has actually been really great. I got accepted into one of these schools that I was hoping to get accepted to.
Congratulations.
Next year, February, I'll be going to school for my BSN in nursing. And I also got 2 new contracts for travel nursing, so I'll also be doing that as well.
Congratulations. Miss Casamigos.
I literally knew you were about to say that.
I mean, life has been great. I've been turning up.
Yes.
Always.
Drinking my Casamigos. And also, like, I'm taking an IT class. I'm trying to be an engineer next year. So, I think
I'd love to see it.
Good job.
And Kay So Gorgeous.
Hello. I can't complain. Life has been good. I can't complain again. Okay.
And last but finally not least.
Life has been really good. I just dabbled into fashion styling before this happened, and that's also been picking up. And I got a job opportunity. I do have a bachelor's degree in IT, so got a job opportunity with that.
That's good. That's good.
Well, congratulations to you all. I'm glad that it's blessings upon your life, and we pray that it continues to be that way. Now, speaking of backlash, let's just go ahead and jump right into the juicy questions. Ladies, before you guys even reached the house, there was a fight. Afrik, Kelechi, care to explain what transpired that night?
Joha.
I mean, it's up to you.
Is there anything to explain?
I mean, I guess you could explain your positioning for why you felt the need to defend yourself. Because some people felt like maybe you overreacted because you were the one to initiate, you know, not initiate as per se vocally, but initiate physically the situation. So is there any explanation for what came over you? What was going on in your brain? I feel it.
Amen.
I feel it.
I'm not gonna hold you, the Holy Spirit, because it's like, it's justice, it's peace. You understand? Because it's like when you're minding your own business and the enemy comes to disrupt you, it's like you must, you get what I'm saying, you defend yourself. So it's like, I wasn't looking for nobody, I wasn't checking for nobody except for that one particular person. So when other forces tried to intervene, it was weird. So I was just like, I blacked out, I'm not gonna hold you, so. Yeah, shit happened the way it happened, and I don't regret it.
Completely understandable. Miss Kelechi?
I don't know, where should I begin? Me personally, well, starting from that night, we got there, you know, she pointed him out, she said what she said. We get into the club, we're dancing, we're having a good vibe, especially after the long ass day that we had. Like, you know, it was just like, okay, things are lighting up or whatever. We're all dancing, having a good time. Now it's time to go. And instead of going towards the exit, we see the cameras going towards their section and whatnot, and she had either threw a drink or punched him or whatever, and I guess that made her feel good. She had walked out, and
She definitely punched him.
yeah, punched him or whatever, and we had walked out because they pulled her out or whatever. Me, I didn't know what was going on in the first place. So when I came out to ask her, like, why would you do that to, my bro? Because I know him personally or whatever. And then, words happened or we exchanged words or whatever. She started putting her hands in my face, put her hand in my face, and she assaulted me. And what am I gonna do? I'm gonna defend myself. So that happened or whatever. And, show's over or whatever. I go home, I watch the show, and she done told her story up in the bathroom. How was I supposed to know you had this conversation in the bathroom? I'm going off of the fact that we're having a good time. We're outside, You said what you said or whatever, but you were still dancing. You were still having a good time. So, like, what made you just switch and, do what you did? So, I mean, I defended myself, and we're here now.
So I completely understand the two perspectives. My question for you, though, Kelechi, would be, granted, you say that you didn't know that she discussed the story in the bathroom, but you were aware of the story, correct?
Yeah.
You were aware of the story. So my question to you is, as a woman, do you feel like defending your brother in that moment was the best course of action? Like, in that moment, when you guys know Shayo is involved, tensions are raised, as women, we cannot dictate, how people behave towards situations. Personally and truthfully, do you feel like that was the best moment for you to approach her and be like, hey, my bro, my bro, my bro? You know what I mean?
Well, I'm going to start with this first. I do not condone rape. I do not accept rape. I can't put myself in her situation, but I wouldn't want that to happen to me or anybody else that I know. And for that situation in particular, everyone was saying, oh, like, Casey, you should have handled it differently. Oh, you should have been grown about this. Oh, you should have did that. But when I came up to talk to the girl about the situation, you could have simply just said, oh, I don't want to talk about it right now. You didn't have to put your hands on me, So, like, it is what it is. Like, I could have been grown, she could have been grown. Maybe that time and place wasn't the right time to say it or approach her. But we both could have been grown in that situation.
A freak, so you said be grown.
Fucking for real. No, like, be for real. Because in situations like that, obviously there's sensitive topics. Okay, cool, whatever. It's like, you talking about be grown, Niggas is not in a normal mental state. You know what I'm saying? I'm approaching someone that assaulted me in a different kind of way. They didn't just hit me. You know what I'm saying? So for you to be like, oh, she could have just said, not right now. Be fucking for real. Like, be realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, that sounds dumb as fuck, in my opinion. In my opinion's right. So, yeah, like, I hate when people say shit like that, which is why I did not accept her fucking apology on that bus, because it's like, yeah, no.
And that was actually going to be my next question for you, was whether or not you felt as if her apology was genuine or if she was just doing it to save face.
Yeah. Because that was the right thing to do. So, yeah, no, I didn't have to accept it.
If she apologized to you right now, would you accept it?
I accepted it on my own because I like peace in my own life.
Always choose
Not
peace,
because
though.
of her.
Always choose peace, always. Always choose peace.
Not always. That night I didn't choose peace.
There was nothing peaceful to choose, though, that night.
Nah, because sometimes people commit actions against you that are not peaceful. So it's not every time march, MLK, peaceful protest. Sometimes violence with violence.
Okay, but if she apologized, like I said, like right now in front of everyone, like.
That's none of my business because I accepted her apology on my own.
So you've accepted it privately. You've accepted it privately, but it's just like, at that point, you didn't feel like it was genuine. But right now, you've accepted it on your own.
Right now, it took me some time. So whether it's genuine or not, it doesn't matter. I accepted her apology for my own peace of mind and for my own to move forward. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Not for the public, not for her, not for nothing.
That makes sense.
I know this is a long shot, but do you guys think you can hug it out?
No.
No?
Joe.
No?
I don't want
Oh, no.
Like beef rub.
All right.
I'm sorry.
All right, now, ladies, let's talk about this cabin. No, like literally. I'm sorry, I mean the house. All right. Jessica, how'd you feel about the house? Like overall? Layout? Cool, is okay? NK?
I wasn't expecting that, but it was okay.
What were you expecting?
The way that they hyped it up,
Yeah.
I was expecting more. Like, my bed was on the floor.
They should have took you to Lecky, that's the problem. They should have took you to like Odria Legba or something
Look,
like that.
from what I was told and what I saw,
Nah, I feel you. Shala, what did you, how'd you feel about it? What'd you expect?
It was ghetto.
It was ghetto?
Honestly, like,
even roaches.
I was expecting a mansion, pool, and all that stuff, and we didn't get that over there.
It was a mansion though, like, I'm sure you're not staying like that in LA.
That's not the kind of mansion, no. That's not the kind of mansion.
All right, what were like, okay, the good parts about the house to you? To all of you though, like one by one.
The good part, Grace cooking, her food was good. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
for real.
that.
Grace cooking?
Yeah,
But that's not a part of the house.
It is a part of the house. It happened in the house. If it wasn't for the stove in the house, I've personally seen her cooking it up.
Yeah, she was cooking it up, but that's not a part of the house.
I hear you though. Okay. God bless you. How'd you feel overall about the house?
Honestly, like, I wasn't really tripping off of the house because, like, already I was kind of like added on at the end, so I wasn't like tripping too much, so I didn't have like expectations going into it. But how would you say, the production and just management from production within the house, like, Grace shouldn't be cooking every meal.
I agree.
Right. And then me specifically, I'm not even trying to be a brat or anything. Like, I was raised by a Nigerian mother. Like, I eat Nigerian food, but it's like I can't really handle spicy stuff. And like, I literally starved those 4 days because I couldn't eat that much. But other than that, the girls made it like worth it.
Daddy, stop.
What? No, I'm just saying, like, a lot of no, I was not eating that much, cause like I wasn't eating that much, cause like if I was eating, like if it was too spicy stuff into it, I wasn't eating the whole thing, cause I couldn't handle it.
My food is not spicy though.
Yeah, it was.
Spaghetti was spicy. Because
Other than you, there was no other cooking. There was no other cooking other than your food. Is what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like spicy. I don't like spicy food personally. And like, I came that day when I had to judge. I ain't gonna lie. I tore one up. It was decent.
Okay, I'm not.
Now maybe your tongue is like fragile.
Yeah, I'm half white.
Yeah.
Like, of course.
Screaming.
Like,
All
but
right.
honestly, house, no complaints. I had a bed to myself.
That's
so
good.
it's like,
That's good. I think some people did. Some people didn't. So some people on the floor.
For me, I didn't have a problem with the house because I feel like I didn't have my hopes high. The reason why a lot of people were like let down was because they were expecting something like, crazy. But for me, I just went there like, whatever comes, comes. I'm not even gonna believe any of you guys until I see it. So I wasn't like, oh wow, that's not what it said. Da, da, da. The only issue I had was the jacuzzi/pool. How you tell us we're going to that pool and it's one small hot tub? I don't understand. That was the only thing for me though. But other than that, I didn't have a problem with the house.
That free?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, my expectations were a little bit higher than, the reality of it. But I was just expecting more liquor, to be honest. Like, this is boring, not shaking their ass. I was like, well, okay. For real.
For me, I would say, because my sister and I, we had the smallest room in the house. So, I mean, it literally felt like a jail cell. Like, it was really, really small. And then we had, like, my bed, it wasn't on the floor, but it was, like, damn near close to the floor. And I gave my sister the upper one. But, I mean, we managed. I try to look at things halfway full and halfway empty. So, I'll give you guys your props for even putting it together.
Yeah, it was cool. But there was roach, right? We saw ants and roaches. There was roaches, right?
No, you don't. Just further. Jessica. Sorry. Jessica, what was your honest opinion about the house, your dynamic, and then your relationship with Grace, like during everything in the house? Like, how'd you feel like that was? Yeah, like views, relationship in the house, and like with Grace. I know you guys kind of.
Like I said, the house is clean. As everybody stated, didn't meet my expectations. My relationship with Grace was good. I mean, I didn't, have any bad relationships with anybody.
That's good.
You know,
So, I just want to touch base on the house because you did state that you felt like it was a jail cell and you felt like, I don't know if it was you or your sister, but the rest of the ladies, there was like a tension in the air when you guys arrived to the house. And I would just like to ask you, why do you think there was a tension in the air when you arrived to the house?
When we arrived to the house, oh, okay, cool. When we arrived to the house, I mean, my sister and I, we were good. We were cool. So when we walked in, we're greeting everyone and we're telling everybody hello. Now, at that moment, I didn't know what everybody's issue was, honestly, because I was like, well, I mean, it's been a long day. I know we had a long day since yesterday. So, and I asked everybody. I said, why is it so tense? No one said anything. So you're asking me, and I asked them. So you probably have to ask everybody else. I mean, I did get a little clip afterwards, like on Instagram, which kind of gave me a little insight. Oh, okay, this is probably specifically how Grace felt. Specifically how Grace felt. But I asked at the moment, no one said anything.
So, Grace, why do you feel like there was tension in the air when they arrived to the house?
Okay, well, I feel like it was things that already happened with the lateness.
Okay.
That's basically what happened because every time we had something, they were always late.
So it wasn't the first time.
Yeah, we were all supposed to meet up somewhere so we could all take the bus to the house. But because they were running late, we already waited for like a whole hour so they could make it so we could all go. But they didn't show up. They were running late, so they had to switch the old plans. Like, hey, you guys have to drive and meet us over there since you're running late. So everyone was just kind of like, bro. And then when we get to the house, we're still waiting for them. Like, we're already tired. Everyone woke up early because I think call time was 8 a.m. I don't remember, but it was in the morning, and then we all had to like wake up early. So it's already been a long day. And then all I wanted to do, or some of the ladies too, I don't know. I'm speaking for myself. Shoot whatever we have to shoot and go upstairs and like freshen up and chill. We're waiting for them to come, and we're just like, alright, cool. We just gotta sit down here and stare at ourselves and then just wait for them to come out. And again, maybe with the old situation with Afrique and Kelechi, so that was already a thing because it happened before we got
you
into
arrived.
the house, and then the waiting for them to come. That was the issue.
So, do you think that's fair that they had to wait for you? And she's stating that it was a multiple occasion situation, so it wasn't like the ride to the house was the first event that you guys were late.
Okay, so regarding the whole lateness, and I'm going to speak specifically regarding that time, like that specific moment. We were in communication with production. We were telling them, because my house it was silly for me to go to LA, to go back, pass up my house, to go to the house that we were supposed to be in. So I'm in communication with Dave and David. Like, hey, first thing, if I can remember, but I know I told them, like, hey, I don't know if you guys want to pick us up on the way, or we can meet you guys there. Given, yes, we were late initially. So I won't try to make it seem like I wasn't. Yes, we were. But we were telling them, hey, instead of making everybody else wait, we can meet you there. So we were going back and forth, and however long that actually took, that's how long that took. Another thing, you were saying that you were waiting for me and my sister.
And the host, actually. The three of you guys.
Okay, and the host.
but I'm counting for me and my sister. Me and my sister, you're saying we were late. And then I'm guessing that's the reason why you guys had a bit of an, I don't know, when I asked, was that why it was tense?
I don't actually think there was like tension. Maybe you felt that way.
Yeah, that's
but
why I
I
asked.
didn't think there was tension in the house.
It's on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't think there was tension in the house like that.
I feel like
was
it may
just-
be,
it-
it may have been perceived like that because at the end of the day, you guys had your room and you guys had like. that
No, we
set
didn't
group
have
of
a room.
people
We didn't have a room yet.
all before.
We didn't have a room yet.
So like they came in, they said, "Oh, the sisters are here, so everyone gotta like sit down at the table and all of that." So we're like, "All right, cool, you're here." But like I felt like we were already tired, and then the fact that you guys also like took a while to come, that was just it. It wasn't like tension crazy. I don't know. You guys could correct me if I'm wrong. It wasn't tension except for like the both of them already. But like other than that, we were all cool. Nobody had issues on the first day of getting into the house.
It was just brought up. But okay. If there was no tension, then maybe I overread something.
Can we now invite Sissy, the last cast of the Naija Bad Babes from TZ1? Grab the mic when you want to speak. You and
All right. So, as we all know, the house originally only had 9 ladies originally. But due to unforeseen circumstances, we had a 10th lady. Danny, you walked in that house with so much confidence. You said, "Hey, I'm here, and y'all ain't pushing me nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. This 10K is for me." What was going through your head when you walked through that door and you knew you were about to be walking into a house full of 9 African women?
So, my thoughts going into it was that they don't even know who I am.
Period.
But I know they don't like me, right? And
they know what?
Cause like, you know, there was like talk or whatever, whoever the 10th girl is, like, it's fine. Yeah. So no, cause she asked, so I had to.
I didn't hear her.
So my attitude was more so, it wasn't to intimidate, but it was more so because like I'm a really like sweet and nice person. So it's like, you have to come in with a little bit of edge so people don't fuck with you. Like, but my thing is I really don't care to start drama, even though it was a little messy for what I did in the show. But yeah, unless I'm really fucked with, I really won't react. But again, me being the outcast coming into the house, I had to come in with a little bit of sturdiness to kind of like hold my ground.
I agree.
Did any of you ladies feel somehow when
Danny,
I almost said Dami, so sorry. When Danny entered the house, be honest. Not at all? Okay.
Did you actually?
No, I guess the 10th girl, so it's like whether for me at least, it didn't matter who it was.
For me, it was like, what's it called? From the beginning, I already told the girls, I didn't know who the 10th girl was originally. So I was like, whoever this 10th girl is here, this is that I'm making her feel like princess. Like, whoever she is there, I already have this. Like, I literally said it every single time. That's why if you look at the clip, they were like, great.
When she walked in,
Yeah. So, like, I didn't know it was Danny, but then when I saw Danny, which other girls too, they talked about it. Because I know this girl, they be quiet. When it's time to talk, they're always quiet.
Speak for yourself.
They were. Not everybody was quiet.
It was a thing of everyone felt like it was kind of unfair because from the beginning we did some challenges and then we had to go through the voting. We had to do some certain stuff, and she's just free entry. Boom, made it to top 10. You know, I love that, you know, but that's how it was. Like, oh, like, why didn't you go through everything we went through? Like, why did she just have the free pass to get it? But other than that, like, that was the only thing. Like, yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Well, my next question is actually for Miss Casamigos over there, girl. Yes, girl. So you told us that you were the life of the party. You're the ass shaker, Mrs. Casamigos. In your personal opinion, do you feel like you were able to turn up to the most that you could? Like, was there certain dynamics in the house that maybe caused the turn up to not really be turn up and it was turned down? Or, you know, like, how was it? Like, did you get that Miss Casamigos vibe when you were in the house?
I'm gonna be honest with you, like, there wasn't a lot of alcohol, there wasn't Casamigos, like, we didn't really do much. I'm gonna be honest. Like, the mindset of the house, like, oh, when we go into this house, like, we're gonna party so hard, like, you know, so fucked up and everything, but no, I didn't get none of that. That's why I was so pissed off on that show.
So you just was ready to just get drunk.
Yeah, that's
Nah, I feel you though.
That's what everyone's expecting to see, but they didn't see that.
That makes sense.
I completely understand. So, once again, we're going to go down the line. Now, I want everybody to answer whether or not they felt like they had a number one enemy of progress in the house. And if they did, who do you think it is?
Wait, enemy of what?
Progress.
Enemy of progress, hater.
I think I know
bad
Danny's
mouth.
answer or some crazy shit.
Y'all saw who my enemy was.
Oh
it wasn't
my
even part of
God.
the cast, for real.
Wait,
So.
maybe somebody in the audience didn't see the clip, so.
Oh, my enemy was the host, so.
Not any of us.
Jessica?
In the house, I really couldn't tell, but it seemed like, I'm not sure I love the ground, but it seemed like Shola.
Okay.
I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what was said behind closed doors, but I was hearing Shola. What is it? It's the problem.
Okay. And Kay, what about you?
Nobody, to be honest. I was just busy minding myself and my goat sound. I was there for me. I don't do, because African girls is a lot. Okay, minding my business, you know what I'm saying? But I told this to Grace before though, I said it, I think Grace and Shola, right? I was like, when I first met Grace, I was like the whole, yeah, okay, in the room, I told you this. I was like, when I first met her, I was like, this one, she seems like a hower. Oh my God, you know, but then getting to know her, we shared the same room together, I was like, okay, like she's actually cool. You know, and I wasn't sure about Shola at first too. Because whenever I just walk, Shola's looking at me. I was like, what is she looking at, bro? Like, I'm like, ugh. But you know, when I get to meet everybody and talk to them and everything, everybody was cool. So I ain't got beef with nobody, except y'all got beef with me.
Y'all crazy.
Shola, how about you?
I mean, I didn't really have an enemy in the house. Like, even with Jessica, I didn't have a problem with her. Like, literally, like, they asked a question. I only asked a question about her, Kelechi, and her, and everyone in the house just thought maybe I didn't like her. And I'm just like, I don't know why they're asking me, why don't you like Jessica and everything. I'm just like, but my question was just more based on, because they've been friends for a while, so like when the whole situation happened, like I just noticed like the tension between them. That's why I asked the question. But just looking at the whole show, like my least favorite person in the house, it would have been the sisters, because I just don't like the way they were body shaming Grace, to be honest.
What about you, Kelechi?
It wasn't they, it was just my older sister didn't body shame.
She did.
Chi-Chi?
Yeah, she did.
What did Chi-Chi say?
And she called me Shrek too. Or was it Sissy?
Shrek is not body
shaming.
She insulted you.
The both of you.
We'll get back to that.
They missed me.
Yeah, the body shaming was just fine.
All right, ladies, Kelechi.
Okay. Enemy of progress, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, like I said, I came to the house with no bad intentions, and my enemy of progress is this girl over there, I freak. Like, there was no need for all of that, to be honest.
And for you, Danny?
Oh, you want me to say it again?
The host.
Yeah.
All right.
But it wasn't, it's not enemy, but you know, it was the one person. Yeah, that's a strong word, but it was But the host was the one person that I guess irked me the wrong way. But no hate, like deep is really like not even that deep. But the way I handled the situation, I could have addressed it in a more like calm and respectful tone. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a drinker, and the little Hennessy in there, it had me feeling bold.
But well, how and why did she irk you? Like, why do you feel like she irked you, or how did she do it? Like,
what actions did she do to lead to that?
Okay, so if you guys watched the show, there was a conversation during the drinking game about how during the photo shoot that was held before the actual recording, there was a dance video that was being recorded. It got posted on social media, and I myself, right, seeing the post on social media, I did peep that Chine had posted under like wanting to get tagged. So like me, like just looking at it, I was like, wait, why the fuck is she wanting to get tagged if none of the girls are even tagged in the video? So to me, it just kind of looked like cloud chasey in a way, right? And like, it's wrong to make assumptions about people, but I had made a pre-made assumption off of what I saw on social media. And that is so fucked up and it's so wrong. But I made a persona, right? And then when I got to the house, I was getting mic'd up in the van. And one of the production guys comes out with a walkie-talkie to David, like, oh, there's a situation going on between Cece and Chine over a mirror. And I'm like, oh, okay, there's already tension going on, and this is with the oldest and the youngest person in the house, right? So I was like, okay, it's kind of weird. Then I get in the house, and I ask details of the actual, like, mirror story, because obviously I wasn't there, but I did hear, you know, there was a problem or whatever. And honestly, like, I felt like that was so childish to handle a situation like that. So, like, honestly, I heard that, and it was just feeding into, like, my persona, right? Or the pre-made persona that I made of her or whatever. Then, when I was asked the question during the drinking game, she was the only person that had given me, like, some type of negativity or negative, not vibes, that's not the word. Negative, just like traits, I guess. Yeah. And yeah, the way I addressed it was very like childish, and I could have handled it in the wrong way, but I mean, it happened. And I apologize for what I did. My apology really like came from the heart. I don't know if she accepted it truly. I don't feel like she really did, because I did say what I said, but you know, I apologize because truly, but my apology was for the way I asserted myself. Let me put that in the air. It was for the way I asserted myself, because at the end of the day, the way I felt is the way I felt. I still feel like her behavior was weird, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Love a queen that can take accountability. So
yeah.
Now Grace.
For me, getting into the house, like I didn't not care about everybody, but like it was like I didn't have any issue. Like I was just there to go do the competition and win friendship, anything, don't consign me. But and honestly, I will still not call the sisters enemy. I'll just say like they more of like bitter, you know, like because honestly, even before we even had an issue, they were already talking about it. I don't know if you guys saw that episode.
Yeah.
So before the issue was already made, I'm already being talked about. So you, like that means you guys, it felt like they already had their own, you know, thoughts about me already. But me going there, I went there with free mind. But then the issue with Kelechi and Afrik, not like I'm choosing, so I didn't know Afrik from anywhere. I wasn't friends with Afrik. I wasn't friends with Kelechi, you know. But the situation just rubbed me the different way about Kelechi, and I was like, and which I said in the drinking game. I said I wasn't sure about Kelechi, but she, you know, she proved herself and changed. Like I saw like a different side of her, and then that was it. That was it for me.
A freak. I feel like it's safe to say we know who your enemy of
You could, but at the same time, for someone to be my enemy, I have to really acknowledge them.
True.
So I don't have any enemies. I'm my own competition.
For me,
the whole house.
I would think it was the whole house.
That's crazy.
I would think it was the whole house, except. Oh, sorry, guys.
I would think it was the whole house except for Jessica. At that time, there's sometimes I had some slip up. We might get into it, but it was Jessica was cool. But obviously going down the line, really, then it became Grace. And to be completely honest with you, you're saying that my sister and I, we were talking about you first. We're talking about you first. Or we were talking about Cece first. The way the producers edited the show, they didn't show anything. It was actually kind of random because no one knew the reason why my sister asked Cece why she asked her what she asked her. For me, if I was a viewer and I didn't know behind the scenes, I'd be like, why is she picking on Cece? They didn't show what was happening behind the scenes.
I don't mean to cut you off, but the scene where you guys were freshly in the house and you and your sister were in the room and you guys were talking about how the girls are trying to intimidate you guys, trying to make you feel inferior.
That
wasn't cut though, so how would you explain that?
And we're analyzing everything. Mm-hmm. That's what we're doing. This is a competition. You said there's no friends in the house. You said there's no friends in the house. We're no. Wait. Wait a minute. That time we didn't insult anybody. But wait a minute, let me finish. I'm not trying to be rude, but let me finish. So we're analyzing our situation. If you're having competition, you're gonna size everybody up. You're gonna see what is their weaknesses, what is their strengths, how are they trying to affect you. If everybody else had someone as close as I had in the house, my sister, they probably would be doing the same thing. So just because I had a sibling in the house and I had a closer connection with the house where I actually felt comfortable telling her these things, we're the bad guys? No. We're not out here cursing anyone. No, we're analyzing the situation. If you want to take it as a critique, then maybe you shouldn't be on the show because we're just analyzing it. That's just what it is.
And I completely understand that before we get to you, Grace. But I feel like in order to analyze something, you have to have something to analyze. Mm-hmm. Y'all were freshly in the house. Mm-hmm. There was barely anything to be analyzed yet besides the club scene before the night. Mm-hmm. And that still did not concern
Which
you.
Which part are you talking about now?
I'm talking about the in the room when you and your sisters were talking about how you feel like they're trying to make y'all feel inferior to them. And
intimidated and everything. Yeah. Okay.
The clip where I think we had the walkie-talkie and we were supposed to shoot a competition, but then Dave said in the walkie-talkie, it said, oh, the song is too sharp right now. I'm not going to be able to film. Mm-hmm. And I think that was the night I was supposed to make the rice and stew, but Dave told me to wait before I make it. Mm-hmm. So when he said that, I replied, I said, oh, what time do you want me? What time can I start making the food? And here goes
no, you said, what time can I start making lunch?
Okay. So what does that mean?
No, it's not the same thing.
No,
food and lunch is the same thing, in my opinion.
Like, it's the same fucking thing?
The reason why for me...
Let her land, though, because let her land. Wait. Let her land. Let's let her land.
I said, what time will I start making the lunch? Like you said, right?
Correction.
Okay, that's fine. That one, all she know how to do is to eat. You just eat breakfast.
Can you pass her the mic? Real quick?
Always hungry. But then
can you give her the mic real quick, please? Sorry.
My whole thing was,
I didn't
say, oh, I'm hungry. I want to eat. It's for all of the same food that all of you and your sister, we eat and lick plate.
We didn't lick anything.
But you said,
we didn't lick.
Call that shit chopping, chop.
No. Don't say we did not clean. Do not say we did not clean.